Every TCG needs archetypes, and the Cyberpunk TCG is no different. What's going on, Choombas? My name is Brent, and you can simply call me the People's Champ. Today, we are going to be talking about potential archetypes that we could see in the Cyberpunk TCG based on potential legends and factions within the game. Let's get started. Starting off with the legends, we have Songbird / the Blackwall. I'm kind of lumping these two together because Songbird is known for her breaching of the Blackwall. For those who don't know, Songbird is a net-running prodigy who is an agent with the NUSA, for a lack of better terms, wanted a way out and played around with the Blackwall too much, turning into a walking, net-running Blackwall nuke with our anger issues, but we still love her all together. Now, net-running is an ability that breaks the rules of meat space. Being able to take out your enemies without needing to physically touch them can introduce new archetypes within alternate win cons and interactions in the Cyberpunk TCG. So we're going to start off with the idea of burn strategies. Now, burn strategies are very apparent in other TCGs using special types of cards to attack their opponent's life directly. However, in the Cyberpunk TCG, we don't have a life total. We are pushing towards accumulating gigs, and the only thing that's stopping that is our rival units. So a burn strat in the Cyberpunk TCG would resolve around the use of program cards to clear fields of enemies, to clear Songbird's path to your enemy's gigs, making it easier for her to steal those over. Now, the next archetype that we could have with a net running strategy are mill strategies. Mill strategies are by far my favorite ways to win in any card game. It's an alternate win con. I think it's funny, and I like the salt that it generates. I'm kind of evil like that. Using program cards to send my opponent's tools to trash before they can even get a chance to look at them just is so good. However, the elephant in the room is this type of strategy can be problematic due to the fact that it introduces a new win condition to the game and everyone hates it but me, but that's just a thought. Lastly, we have my least favorite of the three. We are talking about hand control. To me, this is like the polar opposite of mill. It is evil. I hate it and I want it to go away. However, it is a type of archetype that we need to talk about. This is all about removing the tools your opponent has from their hand from creating problems for you or allowing your opponent to come back in a reasonable manner. This strategy is also kind of known for causing feel bad moments in games when you have nothing left in hand to defend yourself, which is why I prefer mill to hand control, because at least when you're getting milled out, you still have cards in hand to try to win the game. When you have no cards in hand, you can't even play units or program cards or anything just to get any kind of defense going. Next up on our list for the legends, we have the NC Boogeyman himself, Atom Smasher. Now, Atom Smasher is one of the strongest solos in the history of Cyberpunk, cementing himself as a living legend. He is also solo in practice. Atom does not play well with others, really at all. So much so that his contracts with Arasaka not only allows for collateral damage, it kind of guarantees it. He basically tells anybody he works for, I'm probably going to kill somebody on our team, an innocent person or the enemy, and I'm going to enjoy every single part of doing it.
All the same meat to me. I'll slaughter each and every one of you.
Now, in this archetype, Atom Smasher units would gain power from sacrificing other friendly units on the field, simulating that collateral damage idea. This could be potentially an on-play ability that you defeat all of your friendly units on the field and Smasher gets that power buff for each unit he sends to the trash this way. It could be, I think it'd be best worked out with as an on-play so you're don't have a way to keep doing it, but I think it kind of symbolizes that solo aspect that Atom Smasher is and how his lack of care for humanity it really is. Last but not least, let's talk about some archetypes based on the few factions in Night City. Starting off, we are talking about Scavs. These, for my eddies, are some of the worst people in Night City. They are known to kidnap, kill, and rip out people's cyberware and then resell them on the black market. Scavs, I think, would have the ability to take cyberware from defeated enemies and use them on their units, which I think could be cool. However, it could be problematic in the long run as far as like people forgetting to give people's cards back, and then you suddenly have, an opponent's cards from last round in your deck that you shouldn't have, and it could be problematic, but the idea of it is cool. The one way that I really think that I would expect an archetype like this to work is Scavs could gain eddies for when they send defeated units cyberware to the trash. So the idea is they would kill an enemy unit with cyberware, everything goes to the trash like it should be, and it ramps the scav up another eddy, kind of showing that idea that they're ripping the eddy out and selling it on the black market. Next up, we have the Mox. The Mox are a gang of sex workers mainly focused on selling the goods and protecting themselves and others like them. Now, I feel personally that the Mox's strength is when they are in numbers, so I could see a mechanic where having dolls on the field would bolster the bigger, more aggressive unit's power, simulating that they're protecting them from enemies. I guess what it comes to mind is sort of like the mermaid archetypes from Magic the Gathering. Merfolk, that's the word I was thinking of, merfolk. Next up, we have the Tyger Claws. Now, the Tyger Claws are more of a typical booster gang in Night City, which they are often contracted by Arasaka when Arasaka doesn't want to get their hands dirty, but they are also known for a usual run of crimes boosters get into, specifically though human trafficking. With the Tyger Claws, I can kind of see another ramping archetype, much like the Scavs, but in a different manner. Tyger Claws would require to have dolls on field that they would then sacrifice to ramp into more eddies. This was to sort of simulate the idea that they're selling the dolls out to gain more eddies like they are known to do. The next gang on the list, we have the Maelstrom. Now, if you don't know who the Maelstrom are, you are not a real Cyberpunk fan. I don't know where you've been. Surely you should know who the Maelstrom are by now. But for the uninitiated, Maelstrom are the chrome-addicted booster drug pushers of North Watson and North Kabuki, always riding that line between cyberpsychosis. They love to jam more and more and more chrome into them until they're on that brink of the edge, sometimes pushing it wide open and they go full cyber psycho. But I do have two ideas in mind for the Maelstrom. Now, the first one is I could see that the legends of the archetype like Brick, Royce, and everyone's favorite, Dum Dum, providing an additional bonus for each cyberware a Maelstrom unit has installed, simulating that chrome addiction. Another archetype that I could see the Maelstrom as being a swarm or storm type archetype, taking advantage of programs that allow them to attack. They are played, simulating their addiction to taking boosters to reach new highs. You know, like the Sandevistan that you have seen in the alpha kits does provide sort of like a rush or haste ability when you play it on something, but the way I look at it with the programs is the programs are signaling the drugs that are taking, giving them a little, like a cocaine high, and they take off into battle, you know, and there'd be a bunch of little weenie guys, but then they would have a lot of them out there boosted up by the chrome that they're wearing and also the legend effects. Last but not least on this list, I do not like to call them a gang, but they're more like a clan. We are talking about the Aldecaldos. The Aldecaldos are the Nomads' biggest clan in Night City, known for smuggling goods and people in and out of the Night City as needed. Now, for the Aldecaldos, the archetype that I could see for them is where Nomad legends such as Panam, Solbright, Scorpion, Mitch, any of the ones that we love from the Aldecaldos in 2077 are showcasing the power of their vehicle knowledge of the vehicles they drive and boosting the power of the vehicle units on field. We've already seen Delamain cards on the Alpha kit, and so I can only imagine like Panam's Thornton or Scorpion's motorcycle or something of the matter where legends of the Aldecaldos being on field boosts the power of their vehicles. So that's it for today, Chooms. Thank you all for watching, but before you delta out of here, let me know down in the comments below which one of these archetypes sound the most Nova to you, and maybe some idea of archetypes you would like to see in the Cyberpunk TCG. As always, I am the People's Champ. Don't forget to hit that sub button so you'll never miss a video, and hit that like button so my street rep can skyrocket and Rogue will let me into the afterlife. See you in the dark future, Chooms. Peace. Hey everybody, this is the People's Champ thanking you for watching this video. If you want to see content just like this, there should be a playlist attached at the end of this video. If not, check our channel out and see what else you like there. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe.